Okay. So today we are actually going to compete. I may fail at that. Train and study. So we're going to compete for that. We're going to train memorization and let's study geometry. While strolling near the... I don't know what that word is. You hear a series of loud crashes. These deafening sounds seem to emanate from the opposite side of the bestiary. Oh no. You rush to investigate and discover a band of thieves stealing the animals from the... What the fuck? The staff has been knocked on guard. What the fuck? Meanwhile, several sailors are preparing to confront the brazen thieves. Okay, I'm gonna observe. Okay, hopefully observe will now be somewhere here. Yeah. I may have already known that. There's so many skills I want to level up, but not enough time. Composure! You hurry and inform the campus guards about the intrusion. After you have told them your story, they laugh it off as a schoolyard prank. They are school guards and are not dumb enough to fall for such an obvious trick. You try again, but unfortunately they just laugh you off. Finally, one of the guards notices some smoke and they quickly rush to the scene of the crime. Unfortunately, the guards arrive too late to apprehend the bold thieves, who managed to steal several valuable animals. Well, that's not my fault. I tried my best. And that apparently gave me a stress. Hang outside. Okay, so this... Uh-oh. Oh no. We can't be friends with her. I'm pretty sure... Is this who I think this is? Okay, no, I don't think that's... There is a student who literally steals your luck from you. And I am terrified of that person. Okay, did I do the... Yeah, I raised our merit by 3. So we're actually doing really good on that. Alright, we're going to compete again. I like how I said, oh, we're not going to compete. No one's helping out. Oh, we need to compete. We're doing so good. We're not going to do that. Fuck no. Okay, I think I'm going to train observation and we're going to go on that adventure I said before. Yep. Observation. It's probably green now, so... There we go. So merit, that, and that. Alright. Deciding that the time is right, you send Owen a message asking her to meet. In reply, she asks you to meet her in the garden gallery, telling you how to find it in case you haven't been there on your own yet. At the proper time, you make your way to the garden and take a bench in the middle of the lush area. Crowded between 2 buildings, the garden gallery has many tall leafy trees, seemingly interspread at random by shocks of tall grasses. Though the placement of grasses is supposed to seem random, you feel as if you can detect a pattern if you let your eyes unfocus just so. The sound of a familiar voice draws your attention to a small clump of girls walking lazily down the center of the garden. Students everywhere are flitting about hither and thither, but Owen and her friends are taking things slow. You wave tentatively, wondering if Owen meant for you to meet at another time, but Owen sees you and says a few words of goodbye to her friends and strolls over. Sorry if I'm late, but one of my friends needed some help with a little project of hers, and since I'm better at incantation than she is, she asked if I'd step in and do her a small favor. What are friends for? Of course I helped her. That's what members of a clique do. A clique, you say? Sounds exclusive. The corners of Owen's mouth jumped down. Sorry, it's not meant to. It's just that the professors have taken to calling groups of friends cliques. And when professors keep saying things like that, it's only a matter of time before the students are too. Anyway, tell me about your time. Things going okay? You give Owen a brief rundown of that you've been up to since your last meet. Walking over to just a vacant bench, she sits you down and gestures for you to do the same as you continue to tell about your activities. When you're finished, she nods and says, Sounds like you've been busy, kind of. You shrug. After all, if uh, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so is busy. Sure. Owen waves off your modesty. Too many students are frozen during the first half of their school year, she says. Just by doing what you've done, you're already ahead of the curve. Today I thought we'd talk about relationships and cliques. Relationships are pretty easy to define. It's just how one person feels about another person. Be it good or bad, relationships can be changed by actions, abilities, and even certain spells. Having a good relationship with a person can mean having good help to draw in while you're here at the Academagia. But it also means putting up with the problems as well as their triumphs. Good friends might ask you to be their second in a duel, which is a whole nother story. But they might also ask you to sneak around with you for a midnight kitchen raid. Friends are constant sources of amusement, believe you me. Only good friends can form cliques, and that's where the real fun is. Cliques are groups of like-minded people, or at least people who can get along together better than most. People who are in cliques can take advantage of each other's skills, abilities, great stuff. Really, you can't just force someone to be in your clique. You kind of can, but whatever. Though you have to ask before you can befriend someone. I'll give you this hint: the higher your relationship is with a person, the better your chance of befriending them in your clique. Got it? You nod, thinking that you've taken it all in. You repeat what Owen said, making sure to go over the need to have a good relationship. Yeah. My last game, I did not form any cliques. I'm surprised I did pretty good in that game. I didn't do as many as adventures, though. When she's sure you understand, she nods and says, Good. Now, there are many ways to increase your relationship with someone. Learning how to gossip is one way to do it. Just helping someone out at the right time is another. Good. Now look over there. Do you see that person? You look over and see Alsander Mollers. Let's see. Unlike the Prudence cousin, does live up to her name. Patience. It is, after all, a virtue, and is a quiet girl who is most often seen calmly sitting and reading a book. She always in the classroom. Sometimes she's not supposed to be in. Okay. Struggling to get a book back from a plant, but she has lashed several vines around the book and is engaging the poor student in an embarrassing game of tug of war. Why don't you go over there and see if you can help her get that book away from the five-handed tree? Owen says. It might help start you down the path of friendship we were just talking about. Do I have a relationship? No. So in this quest, the students always random. So that's kind of why I had to read, because there's so many students in this game. Like, let's say there's 8 students. There's 7 colleges. Let's say there's 8 students per college. There's 7 colleges. So that would be what? 56? That does not sound right. I want. There's a lot of. I may actually have to look up how many uh students there is in this game because fuck. Because that actually sounded about right. Okay, we're gonna use our memorization skill, which I cheated and used the wiki to make sure I had, because it's kind of good to do well on these kind of quests. Haven't you heard of the five-handed tree's weakness? You clearly remember something that was said in the common room a few days ago about some of the flora around the school. The five-handed tree just likes to play, you remember hearing one of the older students say. If you just let it think it's one, it'll give up whatever it took and leave you be. Confident in your ability, you walk over to a Sanderer and ask to take a shot. Uh, Raising her eyebrows, she gestures for you to take your best shot. With a confidence born straight out of memory, you take a hold of the book and lightly weep at your loss, bemoaning the fact that neither you nor your friend could possibly be strong enough to manhandle the book away from such a winning tree. Upon hearing these wonderful words, the five-handed tree promptly releases the book and returns it to its starting position, eager to play and win against someone else. Handing the book back to the student, you exchange a quick smile before she rushes off to the classes. Walking back to Owen, she says, "Great job." Just like that, I promise that she already thinks of you as a better friend. So let's actually check on that. Yep, our relationship went up one, which means that you are much closer to building your first click. Owen tilts her head and listens to the bell chime, the quarter hour. Heaving a sigh, she says, "Sorry, but I promised one of my friends that I'll meet them in 15 minutes at, well, doesn't matter where. How about this? You work on what we talked about the last two times, and send me a note when you're ready to learn some more, okay?" Before you can answer, Owen dashes off the same way she came, leaving you to ponder your next move and looking forward to the next meeting. You're in a special lecture writing down. It is like Sunday. Why do we have a? I guess it's special. You're in a special lecture writing down a list of common ingredients when a note is slipped onto your desk by Marcy Surrey, who is from Verin. It's folded over and addressed to Gwendolyn Zerdier. Motherfucker. Do you read it or pass it on? Flawless timing. Read the note. Nope, but your movement must have attracted it. Oh no. Damn it. Why do we keep failing? He points at you and demands that the note be given to him. You go very slowly, shuffle towards his desk, and even though you don't tell the professor that Mark passed the note to you, he guesses and just gives you a mild tongue lashing. He calls Mark up before the class. You get the feeling that you aren't going to be very popular with him for a while. Let's make sure this person isn't dangerous. But as far as world, his work is much more than it seems. Okay, this guy just makes jewelry. Cool. And that's going to be my last day. We'll just go over this and see if there's anything interesting that happened. Okay. You increased your flower skill. After that, where am I? What? I don't know how that happened. Garden gallery. Oh, I guess just by doing that quest, I got that. Weird. Probably because I discovered that place, more than likely. Yeah. Oh, we won! Cool! What? Bullshit, we won. Oh, we tied. Okay, and we got 20 pims. That is double than our meal was. Those bastards gonna burn down their school. I mean, what? Wait. Oh, that's probably yeah. We probably got the same prize. I'm not too worried about that. All right. Well, this video has been going on for an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm gonna end it here. I will say if you, sorry about that. I've been talking a lot, so my tongue is a little twisted. If you think this game is interesting and you want to get it, it's not on Steam. You can either get it from a website called Gamergate, which is a very unfortunate name after what happened over the internet for the past couple months, or a website called Beamdog, or you can buy it directly from the developers Black Chicken Studios. I'll put a link in the description for that. Um, I may continue this, I may not. If you liked what you've seen, leave a comment saying you would like to see more, or a comment saying you would like to see less or none. I'll take what I can get. Anyway, if you've really listened all the way through this, thank you very much. Uh, and that's it. Me and Dancer will like to say goodbye. Bye bye.